This is a true crime in real time update from True Crime Today and the Hidden Killers podcast.
In the wake of recent allegations against Jay-Z, some have tried to drag Beyoncé's name into the conversation, suggesting she had knowledge of or involvement with him at the time of the alleged incidents in 2000. However, the timeline of their relationship and their lives makes one thing abundantly clear. Beyoncé was not dating Jay-Z in 2000. She had no connection to or knowledge of the events alleged to have occurred that year. This narrative is not only incorrect, but unfairly attempts to implicate someone who was not involved. Here's a comprehensive look at the facts and why this baseless claim doesn't hold up. The allegations against Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs involve claims that they assaulted a 13-year-old girl during a party following the MTV Video Music Awards in September 2000. The plaintiff, identified as Jane Doe, alleges she was drugged, assaulted, and raped during the event. These claims, detailed in a lawsuit filed decades after the alleged incident, have been vehemently denied by Jay-Z, who has also launched a countersuit accusing the plaintiff's attorney of extortion and fabrication. At the time of the alleged incident, Jay-Z was a 31-year-old rapper at the height of his career. His personal life included no public ties to Beyoncé or any evidence of a romantic connection to her. Suggesting that she had any knowledge of these events at the time is not supported by any factual basis. In 2000, Beyoncé was an 18-year-old rising star leading Destiny's Child, one of the most successful girl groups of the era. The group had just released their breakout album, The Writings on the Wall, in 1999, featuring hits like Say My Name and Bills, Bills, Bills. Beyoncé's days were consumed with rigorous rehearsals, promotional tours, and performances. Her focus was singular: advancing her career. Beyoncé herself has described this period as one of personal and professional growth. She has spoken about how her parents, particularly her then manager Matthew Knowles, ensured that her priorities remained on her music. There's no record of her dating Jay-Z or anyone else seriously during this time. As a teenager under her parents' guidance, Beyoncé's life revolved around her music, not a romantic relationship. The public fascination with Beyoncé and Jay-Z's relationship often leads to misconceptions about when it began. The reality is that they did not start dating until several years after the events alleged in the lawsuit. Their first major collaboration was the 2002 hit '03 Bonnie and Clyde, followed by Crazy in Love in 2003. Both projects showcased undeniable chemistry, sparking speculation about their relationship. However, Beyoncé and Jay-Z have consistently stated that their relationship began as a friendship and developed slowly over time. They publicly acknowledged their romance around 2003, years after the timeline in question. By 2000, they were not romantically involved, and there is no evidence to suggest that Beyoncé had any close personal connection to Jay-Z at that time. The attempt to link Beyoncé to these allegations is not only factually incorrect, but also deeply unfair. It perpetuates a harmful narrative that women are somehow responsible for or complicit in the actions of men they are associated with, even when those associations did not exist at the time. Beyoncé was a teenager focused on her career in 2000, with no romantic or personal connection to Jay-Z. There is no evidence that she knew of him beyond his professional work as a rapper and music mogul. To suggest otherwise is to distort the timeline of her life and unfairly implicate her in events she had nothing to do with. The myth that Beyoncé and Jay-Z were dating in 2000 is largely a product of media speculation and fan assumptions. Early collaborations and their eventual romance have been retroactively framed as if they were intertwined from the start. This misunderstanding has been further fueled by the couple's decision to keep the details of their personal lives private, leaving room for myths and false narratives to fill the gaps. By the time their relationship became public, it was already built on years of friendship and mutual respect. Suggesting they were romantically involved in 2000 ignores the facts and cheapens the deliberate, intentional way they built their partnership. Correcting this timeline matters not only for Beyoncé's reputation, but also for the broader conversation about holding people accountable. False narratives distract from the core issues at hand and risk shifting focus away from the truth. The allegations against Jay-Z and Sean Combs should be examined based on the facts and the evidence presented in court, not on baseless attempts to implicate those who had no involvement. Beyoncé's life and career in 2000 were entirely separate from the events described in the lawsuit, and her name should not be dragged into a story where she played no part. Debunking the myth that Beyoncé and Jay-Z were dating in 2000 isn't just about setting the record straight. It's about ensuring that discussions around serious allegations remain focused on the facts. Beyoncé's association with Jay-Z has often been used to add intrigue or controversy to stories about him, but in this case, it's both irrelevant and unfair. Beyoncé's journey from a teenager navigating fame to the global icon she is today deserves to be respected on its own merits. Attempts to involve her in allegations she had no knowledge of or connection to are not only baseless, but also distract from the gravity of the accusations against Jay-Z.
In a world where the darkest secrets lie just beneath the surface,
They said it was an accident, but the evidence says otherwise.
where hidden killers roam unnoticed in the shadows.
I think you would definitely be looking at a blend of toxic, very bad narcissistic personality traits, and they will be vengeful and possibly resort to violence.
Join Tony Bruschi as he uncovers the truth behind the most chilling cases.
They said it was an accident, but the evidence clearly says otherwise.
Each episode, we dig deep into the minds of those who commit the unthinkable.
To your point on narcissism, he thinks in his own mind how witty he is.
Yeah.
But he lost that jury. I was done with him in 2 minutes.
From unsolved mysteries to infamous crimes.
Geez, you've just talked about how you've taught yourself how to do everything under the sun. I bet you did a YouTube video, how to best kill somebody with a knife.
Hidden Killers with Tony Bruschi takes you where few dare to go.
How does someone with such a dark secret go unnoticed for so long?
With multiple new episodes every single day.
We're not just telling stories, we're seeking justice.
Listen now on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Just search for Hidden Killers with Tony Bruschi.